Hello everyone, it's Dianne at Minerva. I hope you're all having a wonderful week. And today I'm excited to share with you the new additional patterns from McCall's. So there are 23 in total. I'm going to be picking out my top 10 picks today and the ones that I think would work really well for the coming season and to incorporate into your wardrobe for maybe the cooler months. There's a little bit of sleepwear in there, a few jackets. So some nice additions to your wardrobe, and you can choose a range of fabrics from our lovely selection here at Minerva. I will be adding in a few fabrics as we go through these, which I think would work really well. So to jump straight in, the first one is a dress. So it's pattern number 8601. It's a fitted lined dress. We have long sleeves, a button down front and collar. And as you can see on the images right here, on this particular version, we have some lovely rivet and grommet detailing, but you don't have to go for that. You could make it up in a faux leather. You could go for a wool blend. Corduroy would work really well with this. If you look at the line drawings, you can really see the lovely fitted line details. So a really pretty silhouette to this one, and if you like a fitted look, I think this would be the one for you. I do like a fitted structured look myself. It would work really well with tights and layering up with boots for the winter months. You could add in a blazer, and we'll be adding in one of those later on, so stick around for that. Sizing is 6 to 14 and then 16 to 24. It's an average ability pattern, so as I said, you could go for a denim, a faux leather, maybe a wool or a wool blend, and of course you can still use cottons with this or corduroy. So there is a lot to choose from, and depending on what fabric you choose, this would really change the look of this one. Next up, we have pattern number 8606, and this one is a button-up shirt. So a really lovely addition to your wardrobe, but also really easy. So this one is an easy make. View B does have a top stitch collar, and we also have some purchased trim in that one. Do check out our large amount of trims and haberdashery here at Minerva. You can use a search engine and you can search down the side for the particular kind of trim that you want, search by colour, different types. It's really easy and you'll find everything you need. So I'll pop in a little image of how to do that just here. Now view C has a long sleeve and shaped hem. So there's different ways that you can make this up. Again, we can go for denim, twill, corduroy, cotton blends, any of those. You can choose the sort of heavier, lovely, cosy fabrics for this autumn season. You could wear it open and layer it up with a long sleeve top or a high neck top. And it would be a really lovely top to have with skirts and trousers, and you can really mix up the look. Now this particular shirt is in sizes 6 to 14 and then 16 to 24. This would be perfect for a beginner, and with a little bit of fabric I also think it would make a wonderful gift. Now this next pattern, 8611, is a little bit more budget friendly because we have the shirt, which is semi-fitted, and also the trousers or shorts, trousers or pants, whichever you like to call them. So these ones are high-waisted, and we have a zip and button fly on these. So we have some nice detailing. Then we have the shirt with a collar, and it has a drop shoulder, and we also have a yoke back. Now this particular one in the pattern details suggests that you use a cotton fabric, a blend, a lawn, a poplin, something like that. You could go for the heavier weight cottons, I feel, for the autumn winter months. And of course, again, layer this one up. I thought this one was particularly lovely for the autumn because we can still have those warmer days, but we still need to be sort of covered up. So I thought this was a good transitional piece. So we have the trousers and shirt, and then if you want to take it through to the summer months, then as the seasons change, you can make up the shorts. So really handy in that respect, and also really good value for money. Sizing is 10 to 18 and then 20 to 28. Now this one is an average ability pattern. So the only real difficult pieces I feel would be attaching the collar and maybe doing the button band, and of course the zip fly. But all of these are easily overcome if you just take your time. So I think it's well worth the effort. I'm going to link in a few fabrics here which I think would be particularly nice for the autumn months and a great one to have in your collection. Now this next one is a blouse pattern. It's pattern number 8620, and this particular one is a vintage 1980s pattern, Laura Ashley blouses. So I think these are really lovely. So we've got the different variations to choose from. We can go for a stand-up collar, a wide collar. We can use a tie there. We can also go for the cap sleeve with a little bit of height, which tears down into a button cuff. We can have the narrow cuff, add lace. So there's lots of variations and ways that we can make this blouse. I also feel it'd be one great for wearing under sweaters with that big collar out over the top. That's quite the look at the moment. If you go on Instagram, you see a lot of that kind of effect. So a great layering piece. The same with the high neck collar. So this one that I'm wearing today, this particular top, is a high neck collar. If you wear this in a blouse version, you can wear a sweater over the top. So lots of ways that you can style it up and make it really sort of transitional and friendly for the autumn months, but again, wear it in the warmer months just as a blouse on its own. So I think it's a really handy one to have. Now, as regard to sizing, this one is 6 to 14. We do get that additional sizing layout information on these vintage patterns, which is always handy. I think it looks really nice in a cotton or an eyelet fabric, but of course you can go for a gingham, a lawn, any cotton or cotton blend. Maybe try it in a chambray if you want something more traditional, and go for the lacy or eyelet fabrics if you want a more romantic or layered up feel to go with your sweaters and give it a little bit of impact. I'll add in a few fabrics here that you might like to take a look at. This one is an average ability pattern. Next up we have pattern number 8622. This one is a 1970s vintage reproduction pattern. I love this one. Here we get a button-down blouse, a halter top, and also the trousers. So the button-down blouse also has a button waist, a waist with a band on it, short sleeves and patch pockets. Then we also have the trousers or pants. Now these have a back zipper, and then we have that little halter top. Now I know that's probably not what you're thinking for the autumn winter months, but you could pair that up with the trousers and maybe a large blazer if you're going out for a party or a night out, and that would cozy it up a little. And I'm going to be adding the little blazer in shortly, so stick around for that. So how you wear this depends on what fabrics you choose. Now I think if you pair the blouse with the trousers and use something like a crepe back satin or a satin, that would look like a faux jumpsuit. So a really good look for an autumn night out. You could wear them separately, of course. You could also go for a gabardine or a cotton blend or maybe a chino. So lots to choose from. Sizing is 8 to 16 and then 18 to 26. And this one is an average pattern. A lovely vintage pattern to add to your collection. Next, to balance things up a little, we have a skirt for the skirt lovers amongst you out there. Now this one is available in 3 lengths. So it's a flared skirt with side pockets and a back zip. So we have mid-knee, mid-calf and ankle length. So there really is something there for everyone. And it's also an easy pattern, so a nice easy make. You can wear it shorter to wear with thick tights, or maybe choose the longer length to wear with those high boots and really keep the cold out. Sizing is 6 to 14 and then 16 to 24. A great pattern for a beginner, and it's a lovely one to mix up with all those shirts during the autumn winter months, but still keep you comfy. And also really nice, I feel, if you need something a little smarter for workwear and you don't want to wear trousers. Fabrics, you could go for a twill, a wool blend, a wool or a denim. If you're looking for something a little bit lighter to wear on a different season, you could go for a linen. For this next pattern, we have that blazer that I mentioned earlier, and it's 8614. Here we have a notched collar, we have a chest faux welt pocket, and then we have flat pockets at the waist. There's also a back vent. Depending on who you're making it for will of course depend on the sizing and how that particularly fits each person. So sizing is XS to XXL. So please bear that in mind when measuring yourself up for the fit. We can go for a corduroy, a twill, a tweed, or a wool blend. So all of those lovely cosy fabrics for the autumn winter months. And this would work really well pulling together some of those other outfits as an outer piece, or maybe a smarter piece for workwear. So this is an average ability pattern, so not too difficult for a blazer, but you will need some skills for that collar and pockets. Next up we have pattern number 8612, and this is some pyjamas. So maybe you're looking for some new pyjamas for the autumn months, or maybe some gift making. So this particular one has the top, the trousers or pants, and the shorts. So the top has a deep V with a collar. You can add the ties. We also have the option of a long sleeve or a short sleeve. There is a drop shoulder. The shorts have a ruffled detail, and the trousers or pants we have elasticated waist and side pockets. For this pattern we would suggest a cotton lawn, or a poplin. Sizing is XS to XL, and then 1X to 5X. Next up we have pattern number 8616, and it's another PJ set, but this time it's a men's pattern. Now of course it doesn't have to be a men's pattern, anyone could go for this one, but of course the sizing makes a difference, so it may come up larger depending on your frame. So the sizing on this one is small to triple XL, but we do have the option of either making the button-down shirt or the crew neck top. So that might be more to your taste if you don't like a more formal set of PJs. So this one is more relaxed. We've got that crew neck top, and it's all for stretch knits only. So do bear that in mind when you're choosing your fabrics. We have a drop shoulder and double stitching at the hem. The trousers are pull on and available in 2 lengths. And we have an elastic waist with ties. At the sides, there are side seam pockets. So this pattern is for stretch knits only. So you could go for a jersey, a bamboo jersey, or perhaps a modal, maybe a rayon knit. This one is an easy make, so ideal for a beginner. Now my final pick for today is pattern number 8607, and this one is a jacket. So it's a blouse on jacket. We have a pointed collar. It's unlined. View A and B have a button down front, but then you could opt for view C, which has a zipper if that's your preference. We can make this in a corduroy, a twill, a gabardine, or maybe a denim. It has an elasticated hem and also patch pockets. Sizing is 8 to 16 and 18 to 26. And this one is an average ability pattern. Well, I hope you've enjoyed looking through those new patterns today. I think there's a really lovely selection. Something for everybody to add to their autumn winter wardrobe, and paired with the right fabrics, you can create some really lovely looks. Remember to use the search engine here at Minerva if you're looking for something very specific, so you can search by fabric types, colour, or particular themes, and it's really easy to do. We have a huge selection for you to choose from. You can also join the Minerva Craft Club if you'd like to get 10% off all your orders for a whole year, and create a free account with us to join in with our wonderful worldwide sewing community. That's all from me for today, but I hope to be back soon with more sewing inspiration for you. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.